Angeles Lakers looked absolutely dead in the water against the Los Angeles Clippers. They were, for the most part, down 18 plus the majority of the way. And then they got into the fourth quarter. They were down 21. It looked like that's it. Call it a night. Got a back-to-back. Play the Washington Wizards tomorrow. Just pack it in. And LeBron James had other plans. LeBron James said, we're not losing this game. And he put the cape on, turned back the clock a little bit, said, Father Time, have a seat for a moment. Let me go put on a little show. And the Lakers proceeded to outscore the Clippers 39-16 in the fourth quarter, winning 116 to 112. LeBron James scored 21 points in the fourth quarter and ended up outscoring the Clippers by himself, 21-16. He put on an absolute 3-point display, 5 threes in the fourth quarter, and just completely poured it on them. And it was one of those games, one of those moments where you just go, that's him, right? Like that's arguably the greatest player to ever play the game. And look, however you feel about LeBron, whether you love him, whether you think he's the GOAT, whether you don't, whether you can't stand LeBron, appreciate him while you have him, because it doesn't last forever. And what you're seeing with him, even at his age, even at, year 21, age 39, you're seeing absolute true greatness. And there are very few players in the history of this sport and that you'll ever see in your lifetime that will come anywhere close to LeBron James, right? There's guys that have promise. Victor Wembanyama is a guy that you look at and go, man, like he might be special. He may, right? Victor Wembanyama may go down as the greatest player to ever play the game. And appreciate the ride with him too, as we get to see his greatness. But you're talking about a guy that is arguably the greatest to ever play the game, that is still currently going at an incredibly high level and shown, look, I can still turn it on if I need to. I might not be able to do it game in and game out for 82 games, but I can do it. I can go and completely take over a game and win a game. And the Lakers needed this desperately. It looked like, here we go. Here goes a losing streak. Here goes, the Lakers dropping the ball. We got this uphill battle. And LeBron James said, don't worry about it. I got this. Last game as the road team in crypto. Don't worry. Watch what I'm going to do. But it wasn't even just the scoring that was impressive. It was the defensive side of things as well. LeBron James, we know LeBron can score. He can close down the stretch. He can hit big shots. His three-point shot has been spectacular this season. Right? He's a guy that, he can go off for 30. So he walks into 20 plus. Right? Just showing up to the game. He has at least 25. Right? So the scoring, you knew, not to that level. You're not necessarily 21 and a quarter and just completely, absolutely heroic. 2016 LeBron, 2013 LeBron, something like that. But it was his ability to still show, I can still lock the best of the best down. Talk about Kawhi Leonard, who is having a legit career year and is like 0.5% away from 50, 40, 90 and was having himself a game. And LeBron James said, watch what I'm going to do to your best player. And just completely shut him down and got after it on the defensive side of things. Look, when LeBron's locked in and engaged, he's been very good defensively. Very good defensively. It's just, again, talked about it, him playing the 4 is because they can kind of mask him and hide him. If he had to guard Kawhi the entire game, you weren't going to get that performance from him. But for a quarter or a stretch, I believe he could do it. And this is why I keep saying, this game was a great example of, why I've said, just get into the postseason. You get into the postseason, I fully believe the Lakers can beat anybody. If LeBron's healthy, he can do this for a closeout game. He can do this for a game 7, right? He can still dig into the reserve to get you where you need to go. But to me, it was so impressive to see him, one, take on the challenge, right? Because him scoring would have been enough. Him scoring, everyone would have praised him. Even if they lost the game, he would have gotten all the praise. He would have been heralded as, man, there he is, GOAT James, right? Like, it's the fact that he was like, oh, I'm going to go score 21 in the quarter, but I'm also going to defend the best player on the other team. I'm also going to completely shut down Kawhi Leonard. I'm going to make sure that not only do I take over on the offensive side, I'm going to take over on the defensive side, and I'm going to show that I still am LeBron James. That, to me, is what was so impressive. That was what was like, man, I gotta take my hat off, right? I gotta salute this man. Like, that was unbelievable what we saw him do on both sides of the basketball. It wasn't just on the offense, it was the defense as well. But also, real quick, because LeBron gets all the praise, and rightfully so. Again, we don't win that game or come anywhere close without LeBron James. So he definitely deserves the praise. But we got to take a moment to praise Rui Hachimura and D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell hit two huge threes. He hit one early in the fourth. And then LeBron on that kick out, right? D'Lo just kind of caught it. Like, didn't even bring the ball down. Just caught it like above his head. It just shot. It's so funny how he does that like regularly. And just drilled it. It was absolute money. Mr. Ice in his veins, who I think it was Daniel Tice, he like looked at, it just kind of pointed at, and it was just like, that was essentially the dagger. That was the three that basically sealed the game for the Lakers. And then Rui Hachimura hitting the huge, going on that little 5-point spurt. But this is also something I've talked about, right? Like, LeBron took the challenge and played the three. Defended Kawhi. Rui moved over to the 4. One of the things I've talked about heavily is I think that's going to happen going to have to happen in the postseason for the success, because Rui was Kawhi Leonard was a mismatch. And that's my concern going into the postseason. When you have to play the Kawhi Leonard, a Paul George, a Michael Porter Jr., a Kevin Durant, right? Like, these teams that have the elite perimeter guys. I just don't know if Rui's going to be able to hold his own at the 3. LeBron still can. I don't think you could have him do that for the next 22 games or whatever it is. But I think for, you get to the postseason 4 times, I think you can, right? Because all you're doing is asking him hey, I need you the first 5 minutes and I need you the last 5 minutes to basically play the 3. And you have Rui play the 4. And then you saw the mismatch that Rui was. His ability to knock down the 3, stretch the floor, he's shooting 40% from 3-point range, and then his ability to put the ball on the ground, get to the basket, finish through contact, finish strong, right? Those are the kind of things that you're going to need from Rui come the postseason. And then D'Angelo Russell doing D'Angelo Russell things, making plays, hitting shots, right? Like, these two guys were huge for the Lakers. And you needed that. You needed somebody else to show up besides just LeBron James, right? And look, everybody deserves credit. Everyone that was on the court, right? Not only Rui, LeBron, and D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, right? He was holding his own on the defensive side down the stretch. Anthony Davis, his willingness to just say, hey, right? Like, LeBron is completely taken over. D'Lo's hitting big shots, Rui's hitting big shots. Instead of me demanding the basketball and taking away from that and what is working and what is kind of turning this game around, let me just focus on getting offensive rebounds. You got a couple huge offensive rebounds, kept a couple balls alive, right? Even that play where Daniel Tice ended up sailing out of bounds, right? Anthony Davis was keeping that ball alive, which put Daniel Tice in the position to where he stumbled backwards trying to save the ball and ended up falling out of bounds, which led to us getting the ball back, right? So those kind of things, the fact that Anthony Davis is so willing to kind of just go, hey, you know what? I don't need the basketball. I am willing to allow these other guys to shine. I am willing to let Anthony Davis or LeBron James and D'Angelo Russell and Rui Hachimura, I'm willing to let them kind of take over. Because, I mean, a lot of stars in the league, they want theirs. They have to get theirs, right? Like, yeah, they want to win the game, but they also want to win on their backs, on their shoulders. And, you know, Anthony Davis, like, because the thing is, if the Lakers lose that game, guess what people are screaming? Where was Anthony Davis in the fourth? Why didn't Anthony Davis score the basketball? Why wasn't Anthony Davis more demand? Instead of recognizing, no, Anthony Davis wasn't, because it would have taken away, like, they needed the Lakers to get the ball down to Anthony Davis, because it would have been more predictable. They would have been able to match up better, right? Rather than LeBron shooting the lights out and then D'Angelo Russell and Rui Hachimura following suit, right? The three ball coming alive is what got the Lakers back in the game. If they would have been able to convince the Lakers to dump it down to Anthony Davis, trap AD, force the ball out of his hand, right? Maybe create some turnover. It just clogged the paint, packed the paint. They were defending for that. They were defending to keep Anthony, and LeBron James just took over and got hot. So it's one of the things that I love about it. Are there times where it's frustrating? Absolutely. Are there times where it's like, man, I really wish AD would be more demanding of the basketball, would try to get the basketball more? Of course, there are those moments. But overall, again, you got to give everybody credit. LeBron James deserves wholeheartedly the bulk of the credit. But we don't win that game without D'Lo hitting those big shots, or Rui hitting those big shots, or Reeves playing the defense, or Davis playing defense and rebounding the basketball. Right? Like, that was a collective fourth quarter effort. I don't like that we get ourselves into these holes and then we got to climb our way out of it. But, hey, a win is a win. I will take this win. We needed it desperately. Go beat the Wizards. Now we're 5 games over 500 heading into March. Let's get it. Let's get it done. I believe in this team. Anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? What did you think of LeBron's heroics, first off? What did you think of D'Lo, Mr. Ice in his veins, Rui Hachimura? Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I would love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.